love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay? Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay. Okay.
Yo, what up, YouTube? Welcome to Sinn-Take, man. My name is Sin. Coming back with another one, man. Y'all already know the Most High done woke us up this morning. Let's take this opportunity to be great, you know what I'm saying? But let me show y'all what it look like, bro. Let me show y'all what it look like to get another opportunity. Let me show y'all what it look like to be winning. Let me show you what it look like to be living. Let me show you what it look like to be growing. Let me show you what it look like to be elevating, you know what I'm saying? Let me show you what it look like to be in the light of the Most High, you know what I'm saying? Listen, we got another one, man. So let's take full advantage of it. But real quick though, man, I wanted y'all to see that clip that's circulating everywhere with Will Smith and the whole Chris Rock situation. You know, I'm not here to take sides and say what was justified and what wasn't. You know what I'm saying? What's right and what's wrong. All I do know is that anytime that we get taken out of our character, anytime we let something take us off our square, anytime that we allow ourselves to get emotional, you know what I'm saying? It never works in our favor. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that Will still took home his first Oscar. I'm glad he was able to shake it off in the end, you know, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's never a good look when men get emotional. You know what I'm saying? It's never a good look when we get taken out of our body, because then it's like, yo, you know, it's a look like you weak. It's a look like you have no control. You know what I'm saying? And then like ultimately it's like, you know, it's a look of, you know, failure, letdown. You know what I'm saying? Because people looking like, yo, what the hell going on? You know, people looking at Will like he crazy. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of it, I think, was built up because of the comments that Chris Rock made, you know, in 2016, you know, as far as Jada Pinkett boycotting the Oscars for Will not being nominated for concussion and all of that shit. And, you know, Chris Rock had a lot to say. He said what he said. And then, you know, I think some of that just built up in Will, on top of everything that he going through, always being talked about, scrutinized. And I'm not making no excuses for him, but I'm just being 100. You know, the stuff that Jada be having going on Red Table, and, you know, her past, and with August Alsina and all of that shit. I just think all of it just boiled over. You know what I'm saying? And then you thought about that. You got Chris Rock up there still making jokes. You know, Jada Pinkett, you know, she cut off all her hair because she, you know, got alopecia and all that shit. So she bald for a reason, you know what I'm saying? Because that causes hair loss and shit. And I think, you know, he laughed at first. We'll always laugh at first, but when he think about it, he just snapped. You know what I'm saying? He snapped, he got up there, and he slapped the shit out of Chris Rock. You know what I'm saying? He slapped him, he gave him his pain. Like I always tell you, bro. And you got a lot of people, right? This why I'm talking about this, right? Because this is what you have in society these days, too. You have a lot of emotional people running around. And guess what? All of these things that they hold in, all of these things that they going through, you know, at some point they snap, and then they want other people to feel their pain. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you're going to see an uptick in violence, domestic violence, heinous acts. You know what I'm saying? And that's coming from emotional people. You know what I'm saying? That don't know how to channel it. That don't know how to, you know what I'm saying? That's just going through it. So what they gonna do? They gonna want to inflict pain on the next person. They gonna want the next person to feel how they feel because they not in their true light and they not they self. They out of their characteristic. A lot of these young boys that's running around gunning everything up, they don't have no direction. They don't know who they are. You know what I'm saying? They never was taught semen retention. They never was taught how to channel their emotions and use that energy in other places that could get them to the next level. They never was taught these things. You know, you got a lot of people frustrated. They fighting demons. They got all of this build up. And guess what, bro? They in pain. They in pain from how they was brought up. They in pain for how they was treated. Just like Will. You know what I'm saying? Will felt a lot of pain. He was very emotional and he did what he did. And the thing is, right, you got to understand when it comes to our masculinity, right? Yeah, it's bad to be in the emotional space, right? But guess what? As a man, you still have to stand on that too. You know what I'm saying? That's just how we are. We can't backtrack after we do what we do because we will have our moments. You know what I'm saying? That's why I can't take nothing away from Will either. But I got to let y'all know you never want to end up in that space, that emotional space where you gon' finally snap. That's why it's good to meditate. That's why it's good to get your true feelings out. You know what I'm saying? So you could get through it. If you holding everything in and you got no other outlet to express yourself, you know what I'm saying? And you allowing yourself to be emotional. And guess what? At some point, that shit is gonna come out. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not practicing anything. You don't know how to transmute your energy. You know what I'm saying? You allowing all of these things out here to get to you, get you emotional, take you out of your masculinity, bro. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, you gonna break frame. Eventually, you gonna break frame. That's why I say it's so important for you to have control. Not just control over your emotions, but control over all the things that you can have control over. But if you put energy into the things that you don't have control over, all of those things that you do and can have control over is just gonna be running wild. So you're going to be slapping motherfuckers all over the place. You're going to be shooting motherfuckers all over the place. You're going to be snapping and negative all over the place because you want everybody to feel how you feel because it ain't no control there. So that's why it's important to gain control because Will, for the most part, I would say everything up to this point, he usually has control. He usually can laugh things off. He's great at shaking things off. That's why it was out of his character. People are like, what the fuck going on? You know what I'm saying? So guess what? We will have our moments sometimes. But as a man, you gotta stand on that. That's a part of being a man. I did what I did. He made his apologies to the Oscars, but he ain't apologized to Chris Rock. You know what I'm saying? He ain't apologized to Chris Rock. He beat around that. And I got to give him his props for that because he's standing on what he did. He didn't say, I would like to directly apologize to Chris Rock. Nah. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what? He's standing on what he did. And no matter what we do in our life as men, we will have to stand on those moments that we may have where we break, you know what I mean? Where we break frame. You know, where we allow ourselves to be emotional. We gonna have to stand on that because it's all in our hands. You gotta understand the power that you have. Just like Will understood the power that he had when he slapped the shit out of Chris. You know what I'm saying? He hit him with that boom. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you know what I'm saying? You know when you see them cartoons and then they go in slow motion and you see a motherfucking face. Oh, you know, like Mike Tyson punch out when you see the spit fly. That's how he hit Chris. That's how he hit Chris. He like, I hate Chris today. Everybody hate Chris like the show. No, I hate Chris today. Whack, and he hit him. You know what I'm saying? He wanted Chris to feel his pain when didn't nobody back him up. When that boycott was happening. When didn't nobody stand up for him. When none of his people stood up for him. When he didn't get nominated. When there was a lack of black people getting nominated at the Oscars. They was expecting him and Jada was expecting people to stand behind them. But instead, you had Chris, the host that year in 2016, go on stage and make fun of him. You know, ridicule him. You know what I mean? Talk shit about his wife. So he held that. He held that pain. He held that pain. And then Chris had that one joke to say. And then Will unleashed it. Will unleashed it on him. He walked on that stage and he slapped fire to him. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you gotta understand, bro. We gotta have control because you never know. You could be holding in something, so you could be holding in shit. You gotta understand when you hold in a certain type of negative energy, when you hold in certain type of feelings, you in the moment you don't know how that's gonna come out. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say when you got all these young kids, they quick to shoot. You don't know how that shit gonna come out of you because listen, bro, you don't know. You just in that moment and you like having a out of body experience when you doing that. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you get out of your body, that's why they call it you get off your square, you get out of your body, because guess what? You doing something that you don't even have control over. So you ain't no telling what you about to do. So it's best to have control as much as you can. See, in that moment, because those rare moments is going to happen. But I'd rather have that rare moment happen than not have any control over my emotions or anything in my life. And this happens all the time. And it gets taken to a whole nother level where somebody end up getting killed. You know what I'm saying? Where somebody end up getting stabbed, shot, beat up, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what you see a lot of in these domestic situations with these dudes that have zero control over their emotions. They want to argue back and forth with these women. You are not, I repeat, you are not going to out emotional a woman. And if you a dude that can, nigga, you need to check yourself because you acting like a bitch. You acting like a bitch, yelling back and forth, getting louder and louder with her. You know what I'm saying? Getting to the point to where it get physical, my nigga. See, that's on you. That's on you. That's why people like, Will. You know what I'm saying? Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Because he got physical. He let that shit boil over. He lost it. You know what I mean? He had a brief moment of insanity. You know what I'm saying? But that's what happened when you let that pain build up and you finally lose it. So imagine imagine these kids out here. They do shit like this every day. They do it every day. It's men out there that's so emotional, that have zero control, that do shit like Will do every day. Because they never had control, or they always been angry. They always, and they do it for the littlest things. Will had his reasons, but it don't make it right. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But you got motherfuckers that's running around like this. So it's just as important for you because you know better. You that's watching this video, you that's on semen retention. You that's on NoFap. You that's on the weight loss journey. You that's close to the Most High. You know better. So start getting control of these things now. Keep working on yourself. So guess what? When you get in these situations where you might be feeling weak and you just might react, guess what? You gonna think before you do. You know what I'm saying? You got a higher possibility of thinking before you react. You know, it won't be a knee-jerk, just trigger reaction like that because you have sense. You know what I'm saying? So just remember that moving forward, man. Shout out to Will Smith. Shout out to Chris Rock. Shout out to all parties involved. I'm glad everybody's safe. Nobody got killed. It is what it is. Shit happens sometimes. Leave it alone. Let's move forward, all right? And that's my word, man. My name Jason and Sinn-Take. Holla at y'all later, man. Peace.
Give you this, give you that, but Cindy got nothing for you. No simping in my decisions, I gotta keep it royal. King shit, I'm the gift, I promise I won't adore you, but I will explore you.